Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
We start out with Western adventure this hour. John Dehner starring as Paladin in an episode of Have Gun Will Travel from March 8th, 1959.
There's something loose on that mountaintop that's bigger than any man I've ever seen, and stronger. Before I leave, I intend to find out what it is.
Have Gun Will Travel. Starring Mr. John Dehner as Paladin. San Francisco, 1875. The Carlton Hotel, headquarters of the man called Paladin.
You will not change your mind, Mr. Paladin? You still go?
I'm afraid so, hey boy. Oh, by the way, send a dozen long-stemmed roses to Miss Julie Parker. And regrets.
Oh, do not go there, Mr. Paladin. Please.
Why not? Why does this trip bother you so much?
Oh, I read a newspaper. Monster at Moon Ridge. Lady bewitched by apparition. Oh, please, do not go there, Mr. Paladin.
I've already been hired and accepted. I'm leaving right away.
Oh, then let me. Please?
What have you got in that jar?
Please? Here, dragon tooth powder.
Dragon tooth?
These are one here and one here. Keep you from harm. Dragon's tooth powder, very powerful protection.
Your new country has a better formula for destroying superstition, hey boy. Equal parts of reason and daylight. But I thank you for the friendship behind the thought.
Oh, then you go. You see Mr. Vito Bella?
That's right, Vito Bella, Bowtown, California. The Indians have a name for the high mountain lands back of Placerville. They call it Shadow Ground. Indians have a way of seeing things in the shape of a piece of land that no white man can see, so they always bypass it. They didn't like the thunder that boiled up against the peaks and rolled down the canyons. But then the Indians had little use for gold and silver, and the white men did. And the white men built their town where a teepee village might have been, close to the top of Moon Ridge. It was after dark, and the sky was heavily overcast when I pulled up in front of the sheriff's office in Bowtown.
Hold it right there.
What? I'm looking for the sheriff.
That's me. Who are you?
My name is Paladin.
Riding in at night with black horse and black trail clothes. I'm surprised you didn't get your head shot off.
Well, do you have to hold that gun on me?
Come on in.
Who's he, Dan?
He's a hobgoblin, ain't you heard?
Oh, you smart.
This is Jake Kelly, Mr. Paladin. He carries silver bullets in his gun.
Really?
Claims something grabbed him on top of Moon Ridge one night. Oh, sit down. I'll pour you some coffee.
Thanks.
Where are you from, Mr. Paladin?
San Francisco.
Oh, that's a long way.
Are you the fellow Vito said he was in for? About Emily?
He wants to know what's bothering her. I'm going to try to find out.
Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with Emily. She's hexed, that's what. And you know I'm talking true, Dan. If you'd ever ride up there and see her yourself.
Sheriff's got to stay around town. Now, you know that.
Oh, you ain't set foot out since the time your posse got scattered.
That was a little accident. A few horses run away and folks build it into something big. There ain't nothing up there.
Oh, Miss Paladin, I was as far from it as I am from you. And I seen it. Half man, half bear. Yeah, and footprints this long. Human at one end, claws at the other.
Well, I guess I'll have to see them, too.
Boy, don't believe me. All right. When you get to that Bella place, you ask Emily Bella what carried her off, Yeah, but no, don't ask Dan here. No, yeah, he's sheriff. And if he admitted there was something up there, he'd have to go on out after it.
Get out of here, Jake. Now go on.
Yeah.
Crazy old coot.
Sheriff, is there anything valuable up there? Minerals, grazing lands, any reason for someone to scare people away?
No. Formation ain't right for gold or silver. Indians didn't want it. Said it was full of spirits.
You know, a short time ago, I was feeling superior to a Chinese friend of mine when he sprinkled dust on my coat. I forgot that he came by his superstitions honestly, that he learned them from the cradle. I can't find the same excuse for you, Sheriff.
Well, I ain't superstitious.
Why the mistletoe above your door?
Oh, that. Forgot it from Christmas, I guess.
There's an old belief that it wards off evil spirits.
All right, Paladin. The Bella place is north out of town. The last house on the way to Moon Ridge country.
March 8th, 1959, Have Gun Will Travel on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
The Overstock sale continues at MyPillow.com. Deep discounts on Giza Dream Sheets, MyPillow original pillows, the My Slippers, half price. I love mine. And with every order you make by going to MyPillow.com/radio specials, you'll get a free copy of Mike Lindell's book, What Are the Odds? From Crack Addict to CEO. MyPillow.com/radio specials, promo code USA. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Have Gun Will Travel, starring John Dehner. This originally broadcast March 8th, 1959.
The Bella place was run down and listless, with a small light gleaming in the window, and the figure of a woman seated on the porch steps, a young woman, dark, plain, no shoes or stockings, long hair, and the most vacantly staring eyes I have ever seen. Good evening. Miss Emily Bella?
It's dark.
Yes?
Oh, Mr. Bella?
Yes?
My name is Paladin.
Oh. Mr. Paladin. Call me... Oh. Momento, please. Emily. No, you promised you'd tell Papa when you stepped outside. Remember? It's cold here. And when a visitor comes, a big girl says what, huh?
How do you do?
Ah.
How do you do, Emily?
It's very good. Now you come in the house with us, huh? Emily, you can go to your room. A dozen years ago, there was in this valley an epidemic. Took my wife, almost my daughter.
I'm sorry.
Afterwards, Emily's body grew, but her mind... she remains a child. Wine?
Please. Well, this epidemic, what was it?
Oh, we don't know. No doctors here. There was a young boy who was affected the same way. People treat him like an animal. They call him names. They kick him until he's a mother. But she took him away. I saw I have to leave, too. Bring Emily here, far from a town. The land here it's no good, but we manage.
Those dolls are hers?
See, she is of an age where toys are pleasant.
She's fortunate to have you as a father.
I think she's fortunate in other ways. Maybe you don't know what I mean, huh?
Perhaps I do. There's nothing shocking, ugly about remaining a child. The best age of all, their world is wonderful, mysterious, half real, half make-believe. The world you and I live in, Mr. Bella, is not always as pleasant.
I think you're a wise man, Mr. Paladin. We drink. Salute.
Salute. The newspaper said Emily was this way because of shock, some unusual experience.
A spell cast by the monster of a moon ridge.
Well, since that story is untrue, why do you want to pay me $200, Mr. Bella?
Your telegram said 500.
You haven't answered my question.
Mr. Paladin, there is something on Moon Ridge. It took Emily away from me for a week, and she wishes to go back to it. I don't want to lose my daughter.
Go on.
For that week, I search for her. I find her prints and other prints which I will not describe because...
Half bear, half man?
Well, you have heard, huh? Now, she will not tell me, even her father, what kept her there. But she was not harmed.
She wishes to return to this
yes,
thing? Oh.
Yes. She has tried twice to run away.
Then I think it's time you let your daughter go back to Moon Ridge, Mr. Bella.
What?
The three of us will leave first thing in the morning. The morning was dark and foreboding with the threat of rain in the air. Low clouds hung over the peaks and in the valleys, twisting the trees into gnarled shapes and making the rocks grotesque and sudden to come upon. All very unreal. But the track we came across on the top of Moon Ridge late that afternoon was real enough.
Half a man, half a bear, huh?
Maybe.
Emily. Oh, Mr. Paladin, be honest with me, please. What make this print?
I don't know, Mr. Bella.
No, it's going to be dark less than an hour. Hey, what is that?
I'd say it was a bear.
Emily! Emily, come back! Paladin, she's going down the canyon.
You follow with the horses. I'll try to catch her. The canyon walls were steep and rocky, and it made the climb down them treacherous. By the time I was standing on the floor of the canyon, darkness was coming overhead. I walked toward what I thought might be the head of the canyon, only to find a wall of granite blocking my way. But no Emily. No sign of Bella. No way out. But something watching me. Something old, and bent in tattered clothing, witch-like in the quick look I had, and then gone suddenly. You come back here. All right. I know whoever you are. Listen to this carefully. I have a gun. I'm not going to be frightened away. Are you there? Can you hear me? Now, I warn you that I'm going to... When I regained consciousness, I was inside an old mine shaft, a chain on my leg, minus guns. A very real-looking bear was chained across from me. There, in the dim light filtering back from the opening of the mine shaft, I saw something moving slowly toward me. Something which seemed only half human. Something old and horrible. I waited there, quiet, as the thing came closer. What do you want with me?
Leave while you can.
She had dropped a small sledgehammer before she turned and left. It took me the rest of the night to pound out the connecting pin so that I could remove the shackles from my leg. Outside it was morning, bright and clear.
Paladin!
What?
Paladin!
Bella!
Over here.
Oh, I've been riding all night. You seen Emily?
No.
Here, I found your gun and a belt, Paladin.
Oh, thank you very much.
I didn't know what to do. I half expected to find your body.
Now, let me ask you something, Bella. Has anyone ever been hurt in Moon Ridge country here? Actually physically injured?
No.
Only frightened?
Yes.
I've been frightened, too, but I'm not hurt. Bella.
Hmm?
I think I know where Emily is.
Where?
I would say up there.
Huh?
Beyond that cliff that backs the canyon there.
The cliff?
Possibly a meadow behind there.
Oh, the trail would be worse than in Sicily. That would frighten a bad rider.
And with a little clever discouragement, even a good rider. Come on. It was a steep trail, but a worthwhile one to follow because at the end of it, there was a meadow brilliant in the high sunlight, and there was a house with a fireplace and smoke coming from a chimney. Not very mysterious at all.
Hey, someone living up here.
And very comfortably, I'd say.
Hey, Paladin, look there, across the meadow. Emily, my Emily.
Wait.
No, wait for what? She may be hurt.
Does she sound like she's in trouble, Bella? Look, there's a boy with her.
Ah.
Do you recognize him?
Maybe. It could be Maria's boy, the one I told you who was afflicted like Emily?
Yes, the mother and son, the ones they ran out of town.
Yes. I think it's time that we visit her, huh?
There's no need.
Maria?
Yes, I watched you two climb the trail up there. You have no respect for witches.
But I have a great deal of respect for a clever woman.
So, where else could I take my son? I had no money. I had to find a place where people wouldn't ridicule him.
Mr. Bella suffered from the same things.
See, and once we were old friends, Maria. You should have had faith in me.
Well, I should have sent her away the first time she wandered up here, but it's just so good to see children happy together.
The soil is good up here?
Better than below.
Hmm?
More sun and more water. Why talk of it?
Why not?
Because there's always a man somewhere who won't scare off, like this one.
I'm sorry.
Materialize an apparition on a broomstick in front of him, and he'll ask it to sweep the floor. The monster footprints I made, half mine, half a bear's, they meant nothing. I've run out of tricks. I've moved before. We can do it again.
Why move?
See, why move, huh? If I lived here, there would be no man-bear track, no cave to put foolish men in and then release him to run frightened, shouting foolish things. I think since I am a man, there would be a gun in my hand, and friends would be welcome, others would not.
If a man has something to say, he comes right out and says it.
Yes, well, Maria, I think perhaps I like your land.
And I think I'll be going. I'll expect $200 to be placed in my San Francisco account, Mr. Bella. And I suspect that you got more than you bargained for.
But you will get what you bargained for, Mr. Paladin, 500.
You have to ride through town, I suppose, and talk to the sheriff?
No. Ignorant and prejudiced people like to be deceived, and they deserve it when they are. Why confuse them with the truth?
Oh, Mr. Paladin, you back safe all in one piece.
And glad to be back, hey boy.
Was it bad?
Oh, bad for people who believe in witchcraft. Any messages for me?
Oh, yes, sir. Many messages. Let me see. Lady send note and say you call on her when you come back.
Uh-huh.
Another lady send servant over and tell you not to call on her when you get back.
What else?
Is all.
Well, in that case, tell me the name of the lady over there, hey boy.
Oh, yes, sir. It's Miss Romero from Spain.
Uh-huh.
Very new in this country.
Thank you. Miss Romero?
Why, yes.
My name is Paladin. May I be of service to you?
Service, senor?
Si. It is the custom for a gentleman to offer his services to a lady in this land.
Oh? What kind of services?
Any kind the lady wishes. Dining in fine restaurants, the theater, the opera. Perhaps a carriage ride to historical points of the city. Your heart names it.
I like these customs, senor. But isn't such a relationship fraught with possibilities?
It is, senorita. All kinds of possibilities. Shall we begin with the possibility of dinner this evening?
Have Gun, Will Travel. Created by Herb Meadow and Sam Rolfe, is produced and directed by Norman MacDonald and stars John Dehner as Paladin, with Ben Wright as Hayboy. Tonight's story was written by Gene Roddenberry and adapted for radio by John Dawson. Featured in the cast were Lawrence Dobkin, Virginia Christine, Jess Kirkpatrick, and Gene Bates. Hugh Douglas speaking.
From March 8th, 1959, Have Gun Will Travel here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. A reminder that our webpage is classicradio.stream and that you can always hear our shows on demand there or anywhere like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Amazon by searching Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. And please thank this station and support their advertisers. When Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues, an episode of Suspense, also for March 8th, 1959. Thanks for listening.
This is an urgent news alert from the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. The war in Ukraine is a humanitarian crisis Europe has not seen since World War II. Yael Eckstein, President and CEO of the Fellowship.
The Fellowship is providing food to the hungry, clothing to the naked, medicine for those who need it. Pray with us because these are lives that are at stake.
Learn more about the work of the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews in Ukraine at ifcj.org/crisis.
The MyPillow.com clearance continues. Roll and go anywhere. MyPillow's $9.99. The Body Pillow $39.99. And MyPillow bath sheets on sale 50% off. Use my promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com/radio specials. You'll also get a free copy of Mike Lindell's book. MyPillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code USA or 1-800-951-8175. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, an episode of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. This episode broadcasts March 8th, 1959, The Madman of Manhattan.
Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
It is said, revenge is sweet. But is it? Can the eye of your enemy restore your sight? Or his tooth chew your daily bread? Or his life resurrect your beloved dead? Such questions do tonight's story raise, not forgetting the while to keep you in suspense. Think about them as you listen, and listen well, as Myron McCormick stars in Madman of Manhattan.
And now, Madman of Manhattan, starring Mr. Myron McCormick. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Hey, you. Yeah, you.
Position of authority.
Come here.
You can always tell by their voices.
Sign out.
Commanding. The smaller the authority, the more commanding the voice.
You hear me?
Yes, sir. Sign out, you said. Here?
Right below where you signed when you came in.
What?
Oh, perfect forgery.
Beg your pardon?
Well, I mean, your signature's an almost exact copy.
You object?
No, sir.
Do you think you're talking to one of your, lunatics upstairs?
No, sir.
Sir. Always call me sir. I enjoy being called sir. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Westland. Sir.
Walk slowly. No need to hurry. No need at all. That's right. Light a cigarette. Must be some in the pockets. Yes. What brand did Mr. Westland smoke? Excellent. Light it. No need to run. There won't be an alarm for at least 20 minutes. Why think of that? No need to think of that. One look back over the shoulder. Casually. Casually. Well, it's pleasant to be on the outside looking in after 2 years in an insane asylum.
And now what do you have?
This is a restaurant.
Are you kidding?
And you're a waitress. Lovely waitress.
Look, do you or don't you want something to eat?
I'd much rather look at you.
Look, mister.
I'm going to take you out of all this.
Oh, sure.
Furs, diamonds warm against your skin.
Hey, let go my hand.
Your name is Fay. I see it embroidered on your uniform. Fay. Now, Fay, listen to me.
The manager's looking over here.
I'll tell you something you can tell to your children. To your children's children and their children's children's children.
A comedian.
Now, listen, this will be the biggest thrill of your life. I just escaped from Bellevue.
What?
I'm Lacey Addick. Been in the psychopathic ward in Bellevue for 2 years.
You don't say.
Nicholas Westland, my lawyer, came to see me. When we were alone, I strangled him to death.
Huh?
Yes. I changed clothes with him, signed his name on my way out. It'll be in the papers.
Yeah, I'll remember to read about it.
I had a wife once. Kate. They say I killed her. So I must have killed her.
Sure, you killed her.
No, I didn't. Martin Avery killed her.
Sure, Martin Avery killed her. And now, what are you going to have?
Martin Avery. That's what I'm going to have. Anyone minding the store?
I'm coming.
Oh, hello, Pop.
Well, what do you want? Got something you want to hawk? Don't bother me with it. Everybody's selling. Nobody's buying.
You got me wrong, Pop. I'm a buyer. I want to buy a .45 automatic.
Got a permit?
No.
You from the police?
Nope.
Got any identification?
Yeah.
Lawyer, huh?
That's right.
There you are. Be $35.
Thanks, Pop. I won't forget this. Neither will, a friend of mine.
In a moment, we continue with the second act of Suspense.
March 8th, 1959, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. You know, I've told y'all how much my feet hurt from time to time, and I've also told you how much I enjoy getting to work because right here under my desk I have a pair of my slippers, Mike Lindell's new invention with patented fill, the My Pillow fill that, he works in the pillow so well, comfort memory foam, patented impact gel, and it has an indoor-outdoor sole for all-day use. Right now, they are on sale. If you go to mypillow.com, click on the radio listener square, you will see My Pillow slippers at 50% off, but only for a limited time. Plus, you'll get Mike's softcover book, What Are the Odds? From Crack Addict to CEO. Go to mypillow.com, click on the radio listener square, use my promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175. Use my promo code USA. Savings on overstock items, too, at mypillow.com. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Suspense, The Madman of Manhattan, March 8th, 1959.
And now, starring Mr. Myron McCormick, Act 2 of Madman of Manhattan.
late to call on Martin Avery, but our business won't wait. May I blow your brains out, Mr. Martin Avery? Thank you, sir. How do they say it in the movies? You want it in the belly or the back? Your choice, Martin. Your choice.
Lacey.
May I come in?
Lacey, you're in Bellevue.
But you see, I'm not.
They'll find you.
They'll find you first.
I don't expect anything from you, Lacey. You're a sick man. I feel sorry for you. I have my wife and child, my son, here in the apartment, so put that away.
This gun? It's just to keep your voice down. It's a toy. It can't hurt. It kills.
Put it down.
Well, wouldn't you like that?
After all, Lacey, we were friends once. You wouldn't kill me.
I just killed Nick Westland. That's how I escaped.
Westland? You killed Westland?
You can always find another lawyer. Shouldn't upset you. Anyway, he wasn't your lawyer, it was mine. Never liked you. He liked me.
He was trying to help you.
He did.
What do you want with me?
Company.
Company?
That's what I missed most of all, Martin. Can you believe that? Company. 2 years, no one to talk to. Oh, a doctor, sure, but not really anyone. 2 years, Martin. No one ever came to see me, to talk to me.
I'm sorry.
Why didn't you come, Martin?
Well, I wanted to, but I didn't think it'd accomplish anything.
Just to say hello, for old times'
Look,
sake.
I told you, I didn't think that...
Relax, Martin. It's going to be a long night. Maybe you won't see the end of it, Martin. Depends, we'll see. Depends on whether you say things I want to hear, whether you do things I like. It's up to me. Yes, I waited a long time, and now it's up to me. Look at him. Look at Martin Avery. Standing alone in the study of his Better Homes and Gardens apartment. Alone with only me to keep you company. Yes, everything must be going exceptionally well for you. Everything must have paid off for you. But I notice as I move about the study, turning off the lamps, that there's a trace of perspiration on your forehead. Does it affect you? Just a little? Being alone with a madman and a gun at night? What's taking place behind the steady eyes, Martin? You thinking? That would be fatal. That was my mistake, thinking too much. Watch me, Martin. That's right. Never take your eyes from me. I want you to keep watching me. For then you can't help but think about it.
What did you say?
I want you to think about it.
Think about what?
Whatever comes into your mind as you watch me.
The police will come here looking for you, Lacey.
Police?
You know that.
Why should the police want me?
Well, you killed a man.
Yes, but you killed a woman.
Now, Lacey, I can help you. I'll get you some of my clothes. Call a cab, get you to a small hotel somewhere where they won't recognize you, or care if they do. Now,
don't talk to me like that. Everybody talks to me like that. You just come along with me. We know best.
Lacey, it's just a matter of time.
Remember, Martin, I'm crazy. I'm not responsible for what I do.
You're as responsible as anyone. You know what you did when you killed Westland.
Now you're saying I'm not crazy?
You know what I mean.
I'm either responsible or I'm not. If I'm responsible, then I'm a murderer. If not, then Nicholas Westland's death was an unfortunate accident. But the question of my responsibility was all taken care of in court 2 years ago, remember? You testified against me?
I told the truth.
Did you?
Yes.
I was the only one that knew you were lying, Martin.
You knew I told the truth.
Where are your wife and your boy sleeping, Martin? Answer it. Go ahead, but hold the receiver up so I can hear. Go ahead.
Hello.
Mr. Avery?
Yes.
This is Lieutenant Creekmore, police.
What is it, Lieutenant?
Is everything all right up there?
Yes. Everything is all right.
You sure?
Yes.
Have you heard that Lacey Abbott escaped from Bellevue tonight?
Yes, I heard.
Then you know about Nicholas Westland.
Yes.
Poor guy never had a chance. We thought Abbott was getting better, but...
Yes. Too bad.
The reason I called you know how Abbott feels about you. He may try to get you.
You think so?
He might try, but you don't have to worry, Mr. Avery. I have 4 of my best men covering the front and rear entrances to your apartment house.
Well,
If he shows up, we'll get him. Good night.
Aren't we fortunate in having such a solicitous police force?
Look, Lacey, let me get you out of here. You go down to the second-floor landing, and I'll call the men up from downstairs and tell them you're up here. See, that'll give you a chance to get out.
You didn't answer my question, Martin. Where are your wife and son sleeping?
In the back bedroom.
Through that door and?
Straight back. Down the hall.
And the nursery?
Look, why do you...
The nursery.
Just half of the bedroom.
Does she have black hair? Like Kate?
No. She's brown hair. It's almost blonde.
How old's your boy?
A year and 6 months.
Yes, I remember. Someone told me you were married while the trial... My trial was in progress.
Yeah, that's right.
1 year for the trial, 2 years in the insane asylum.
I wish there was something that...
Oh, there is.
All right, what?
Just tell me. Why did you kill my wife? Tell me.
No, be quiet. You'll wake him.
Let me tell you a little story, Martin, a fantasy, a bedtime story.
Listen to me.
Once upon a time, there were 2 men who went into business together. Things went pretty well. The business prospered and things looked pretty good. Everything was 50-50. Each partner had 50% of the stock in the company. That's fair enough. Then along came a big bad menace. A corporation that wanted to buy them out at a nice, round, fat figure. One partner wants to sell, the other partner no. The partner that said no had a wife. Let's call her Kate. And it seems his stock was negotiable in Kate's name as well as his own.
If you don't...
Shut up. The partner that wants to sell, that's you, pulls a fast one while I'm out of town and gets Kate to sign away everything. But before I got back, she saw what you were doing. And right there, was where she disappeared.
No.
And I wonder who it was that saw to it. I wonder who it was that killed her.
You're still out of your mind.
It's just a fantasy, Martin. A fantasy that with your few well-chosen words at the inquest started them looking at me. Wondering about me, wondering why I was away. What I'd done with the body.
Lacey.
Such nicely chosen words. Such as, I'd noticed he hadn't been himself lately, but I just thought it was overwork.
Look, you've got to listen.
Thanks, partner. I do thank you, and I stand ready to repay you, Martin. Where's her body?
I don't know.
Martin.
Look, it was never proven she was dead.
Let's say it was taken for granted.
Give me the gun.
Advanced psychology. You must have been studying.
Give me the gun.
Response to the command, isn't that the way it goes? Response to the command sometimes works the impossible. The subject will sometimes obey your command against his better judgment.
Give it to me.
No, Martin.
Give it. No.
Oh, you think it's better than that? Come on, more noise, more, come on. Someone might come in and see. That's better. I knew you were going to jump me. You know I could have killed you.
Why didn't you?
You haven't told me what I've got to know.
What would you do if I walked over to that door and just walked out?
First, I'd shoot you in the shoulder. Or the leg. And maybe the other shoulder. I don't want you dead. Not yet.
Look, Lacey, I never harmed you. I swear that. I swear it.
Tell me, where is Kate's body?
I don't know.
Tell me.
I can't.
Through the door and down the hall.
No.
Just off the bedroom?
No, not the boy. Lacey.
Tell me.
No, I can't. Lacey. Don't lock me in. Come back. Come back. Lacey, you can't. Ann! Get Johnny. Lock your door. Ann! No! No! Ann! Johnny! No! I'll tell! I'll tell! I'll tell! I'll tell! I'll tell!
Nicholas Westland speaking. Yes, I know, sir. I'm glad you had the faith to play along with. Yeah, I know. It was pretty extreme. Here, I'll let you talk to Lieutenant Creekmore.
Hello, Commissioner. Avery's wife and child, they're okay. They got a little scared when Abbott fired those 2 shots in the ceiling. Yeah, I know, but that's what got the confession out of Avery. I know he shouldn't have brought the gun. We didn't bargain on that. Yeah, we got it. It's all on tape. Listen, play it back, boys. I'm just playing the good part.
It doesn't matter now. Nothing matters now. You were wrong, Lacey. Kate came to me months before you took the trip. She wanted to leave you. She thought she wanted me. And it was her idea to sign the stock over to me. Everything. And I kidded her along. Why not? And then when you were away, she signed the stock over. She found out about Anne and me. It doesn't matter now. I tried to talk to Kate. The argument, we had a fight. I didn't mean it. It was an accident. I killed her. I fixed it so they'd suspect you. That wasn't hard. It was better than I thought. You seemed to be out of your mind. Where did you put her? I kept...
That's nothing.
Until they...
You get it? Yeah, well, we'd never have cracked Martin Avery any other way. They wanted to release Lacey Abbott 6 months ago. Said he was as sane as I am, but I'm glad we waited till he had this worked out in his head. Yeah, you'll have my full report tomorrow. Good night. And thanks, Commissioner, for letting us try it.
Well, Lacey, you should be feeling pretty good about all this. Your plan worked out great. You're clear.
What difference does that make? He said Kate came to him. Kate came to him.
Suspense, in which Myron McCormick starred in William N. Robeson's production of Madman of Manhattan, written by Gilbert Thomas. Supporting Myron McCormick in Madman of Manhattan were Doris Singleton, Carl Swenson, Barney Phillips, and Norm Alden. Listen again next week when we return with Frank Lovejoy starring in Death in Box 234. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
March 8th, 1959. Suspense on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Would you please thank this radio station and support their advertisers? It is their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you here each and every time we roll around. Don't forget that our shows are also available through my webpage, classicradio.stream, or they're also available through iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, all over the internet. But you have to search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. So if you miss a day, you do not have to miss a single show. Search Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. You can also contact me through my webpage and learn more about building a classic radio collection of your own. That's at classicradio.stream. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks so much for joining us. And tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.